This place is overgrown, isn't it? Weeds everywhere, cracks in the paths. Is that fennel growing in the herb garden? Whoever maintains this garden must have been gone for a long time. Oh, hello. Are you a gardener here? I know the gate was closed, but when I saw the community garden here, I couldn't help but check it out. A garden of this size in the middle of a huge city? I feel like I'm back home in the valley. So, how long have you been working on things here? Not to be rude, but it sure does look like this place could use some extra love. Ah, so you're just a curious gardener too. I imagine things looked even more torn up when you got here then. Oh, are you working with the tomato plants now? Gosh, I'm surprised they're doing this well if they've been neglected. Although we do get a lot of rain. Huh. Well, I'm sure they're happier now than they've been in a long time. I'm no expert, but something tells me that those limp stems will perk up in no time. If I'm honest, I don't have a lot of experience with vegetables. I grew up on a flower farm, but I know enough to get by. Well, plus, my mom always kept an herb garden right outside our kitchen door. So, what do you think about taking this on as a team? Trust me, it won't be any burden. I've been homesick for a few weeks now. My tiny apartment barely has enough room for the few hanging plants I have in the living room. I don't even have a porch. Okay. Well, it looks like the first thing that needs to be done is a lot of weeding. And probably a good soaking. It's been a bit since we last got rain. How about you start on that planter and I'll start on the one right next to it? It looks like they're growing pumpkins. Huh, interesting. I guess it makes sense that the only things that are growing would be self-seeding. Wonder when the last time that someone actually planted seeds here. Hmm, well, it feels like we're stepping back into another decade when I look through this overgrown garden. Maybe we'll find some hidden secrets. Oh! Shoot, I'm being so rude. My name's Arlo. What's yours? Cute. I like that name. Hmm. Looks like chives are overtaking most of the pumpkin vines. Funny how something so tasty can act like a weed, huh? Here, how about I harvest all these chives and we can split them? I know a really great bread recipe that uses a ton of chives. Huh? Oh, yeah! I love to cook. I'll bring some bread next time I come by. Are you free tomorrow morning? All right. I'll bring the bread and butter and you bring the tea. How does that sound? Perfect. I can't wait. But in the meantime, we have a lot of work to do. I wonder what happened to the person who used to take care of this place. Or the community, I guess. The trouble with community gardens is that often they're forgotten about. But it only takes a few nosy people to come through and clean it up. Happen to know any nosy folks? I will say I'm pretty excited to clear all of that overgrown horseradish in the next planter over. Think there's anything fun growing alongside them? Nah, if nothing else, it'll give us a ton of space to plant other things. Maybe we can dedicate one of those planters to flowers. Sorry. Community gardens should mostly be to feed the community. But maybe we can meet in the middle. Sunflowers are pretty, and you can eat them. Did you know that there's actually a ton of edible flowers? Chamomile, rose, calendula, pansy, viola, marigold, lavender. There's even some heritage edible flowers that people have forgotten about. Have you heard of lovage? It's not really grown commercially much anymore, but it sort of tastes like celery, and you can even use the leaves as tea. I'm sorry. I could talk your ear off about flowers all day long. I get it from my mom. You don't mind? Thanks. You know, I'm glad we met. The city feels cold and lonely sometimes. Well, sure, there's a lot of people, but everyone's on their own journeys. And I don't really get along with the career types. But I guess there are good and bad people everywhere, right? The secret is knowing where to look. Why am I in the city? Uh, well, that's a story for another time. How about you remind me tomorrow and I'll tell you over breakfast? It's a little heavy, so there's your warning. Cool. Well, thanks for caring for someone you barely know. Although, judging by how gently you've been tending to those plants, I'd venture to say you're a pretty caring person in general. Plus, you've got a really kind face. Like, the type of face they make fairy tales about. Sorry, was that too much? Oh, look at me. Already putting my foot in my mouth, and we've only just met. I can't promise that I won't do it again. I have a bad habit of saying whatever comes to mind, even when I probably shouldn't. It's gotten me into trouble before, but I like to think it just makes me honest. And honestly, I think we're gonna make a really good team. How am I already excited for tomorrow when we haven't even finished our work from today? We're gonna have this place cleaned up in no time! Did you enjoy the audio? If so, please don't forget to leave a like and make sure you subscribe to our channel. That way, you'll never miss an upcoming video and we can keep working together. To access our exclusive content aimed at adult listeners only, please go to our Patreon at patreon.com/Celestera. If you want to commission your very own custom audio, you can visit our website at anigomi.com/commissions.